Soft power is still power. Power isn't always loud. Influence doesn't need performance. Today, we're exploring the quiet ways your presence shapes the world without hustle, without proving yourself, and without burning out. Reframing power. We've spent the first two episodes talking about space, safety, and listening. Today, I want to gently challenge one of the loudest myths in our culture, that power only comes from hustle, performance, or being seen. Most people are taught that influence looks like noise, big gestures, dramatic declarations, constant proving, and maybe you've tried it, raising your voice, doing everything perfectly, performing excellence after excellence only to feel exhausted, unseen, or misunderstood. Soft power isn't the absence of ambition. Soft power isn't weakness. Soft power is subtle, steady, and deeply transformational. It's influence that comes from being present, not performing. It's impact that grows quietly, but lasting. Presence as influence. Think of presence like a field of energy. When someone enters a room, they leave an imprint, not because they demanded attention, but because they simply exist in a certain way. Soft power is noticing that energy, harnessing it, being aware that how you carry yourself affects everything around you. You don't need to be loud to be influential. You don't need to dominate conversations to change minds. For example, have you ever been in a room and noticed someone's calm presence shifted the mood without them saying much? Maybe they asked one thoughtful question or smiled in a way that made people feel heard. That's power. Subtle, slow, effective power. Society undervalues quiet power because it's invisible at first glance. Quiet people often get overlooked, and that's a blessing if you know how to wield it. Why? Because when you aren't performing, you observe. You notice patterns, you understand dynamics, you see beneath the surface. And when you finally speak, your words carry weight because they're grounded in observation, in timing, and in nuance. Being underestimated isn't a flaw, it's a superpower. If you want to reflect on that, you can think about moments when your quiet presence has shifted a space without you trying, and let yourself feel that power. Your power doesn't need performance. Performance can be draining, trying to show up for everyone everywhere, trying to keep up with trends or expectations, and trying to prove competence through constant output. They might feel like power, but it's fleeting. True influence comes from alignment, showing up in a way that matches your energy, not the world's demands. This doesn't mean doing nothing. It means choosing where you invest your energy, speaking when it matters, and leading without needing applause. So you can practice this by sitting comfortably, placing a hand on your chest, close your eyes. If you can, imagine the energy that you naturally give off. So it's not loud, forced, it's just present. Notice how your body responds and breathe into your presence. Soft power in action. So let's explore what that would look like in real life. So one way it could be decision making. Soft power is making choices quietly but confidently, allowing others to notice your clarity without announcing it. Another way is in leadership. A soft leader notices what's needed before telling people what to do. They guide through subtle influence rather than orders. And also creativity. You can release work without forcing recognition. People are drawn to authenticity, not hype. Stories can help illustrate. So someone who works behind the scenes but whose ideas shape an entire project, or another example is a friend who doesn't compete for attention but whose advice and presence are relied on. Notice how their influence is quiet but cumulative. So, in episode 1, I talked about not needing to be fixed, and in episode 2, I talked about you being able to listen to your body. Soft power combines both of these two ideas. You don't need to perform to be worthy of influence. Your intuition and energy guide your actions naturally. Rest and observation are as powerful as doing and proving. So if you'd like to reflect on this or journal about it, some journal prompts could be: when have I influenced someone without trying? Where am I forcing my power instead of letting it grow naturally? And how can I honor my energy and still create impact? You can also do a visualization practice by closing your eyes if you can, or just thinking about walking into a room. Imagine your energy expanding softly, not with any words or show, just with your presence. And notice how people respond internally. Feel your soft power in action. Soft power is steady, patient, and it's invisible until it's undeniable. By practicing subtle influence, observing and trusting your own presence, you're building a foundation that lasts longer than any flashy performance. You don't need to rush, shout, or prove. You just need to exist fully, intentionally, and with awareness. Take a deep breath, let this settle, feel it in your chest. Know that your quiet is powerful. Love you. Talk to you soon.